Recording, rolling.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Living Life Fast and welcome to the first drive in my F90 M5. Probably recognise this face here. Some of you will anyway. Filmed your Evo 8, right?
Yeah, that was a while back now. But yeah,
sorry. No. Will just had a little smug smile on his face. He actually used to work for Car Throttle. We've got Car Throttle on my team now.
I got kidnapped.
No. You got the sack, right?
Yeah, they just bit me off. They were like, this ain't good enough. You're rubbish. Get out. So I just gave Ricky a call. I was like, I'm subpar. He was like, yeah, come on, let's go.
But now, guys, we're going to go for the first little drive in the F90. It's about to get dark. Just a little first impressions. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend checking the link in the description where I collected, not a collection video, it was just a reveal of this M5. Will, are we bossing it right now?
Bossing,
isn't it?
Hot in here though.
Bare hot. Bare hot, you know. Seriously though, Will, you are actually on the firm and you are kind of managing all the social media stuff. Any of you lot have realised a bit more activity on Instagram and like Facebook, that's all Will. We're all sick.
So if you hate it, it's my fault. Yeah. But if you like it,
if it's good, then that's me, isn't it? It's a complete different machine to the GTR. The GTR is, I know there's a lot more interaction, a lot more feedback from the steering wheel. Believe it or not, I've been making so many excuses to get out and drive this car. So I have driven it a few times off camera. What do you think, Will? You've had a little drive, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a quick drive. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is, I don't think.
No.
The steering's a little, because it's electric steering, it still feels a little bit like it's so light, but it is quite pointy for a big car.
So as you can see, the interior is beautiful. You get this black leather wrapped dash, smoke white individual leather seats. You've got memory settings. You've also got like a bolster button here, so you can actually have the seats hug you really tight. One thing I mentioned in the reveal video is we've got carbon ceramic brakes, and it is something you've actually got to get used to. Even from cold, you just tap them. That's probably about 5% of the brake. Stops the car so confidently. Steering, really light, I'm not gonna lie. Missing a lot of feedback. Hands down, I'm gonna tell you, I think this handles better than the GTR. When I throw this around a few corners, it's way more under control whilst cornering. Like the GTR, you upset the balance of the car a lot more. There's a lot more movement. Remember I mentioned to you lot before as well about the 2014 models with the GTRs? This car stays completely on its line. You push it, and you're waiting for the weight to take over. You expect like a bit of momentum and you think it's going to go a bit out of control, but it's not. It's fully in control of itself.
I don't think that's, I'm not sure.
Mate, I am telling you.
Are you sure?
100%.
So you're telling me on a track this would be as good as or quicker than?
No, a track could be different.
A B road.
But let me tell you, on a public road, the way I've thrown this already.
At the speed limit.
At the speed limit, it is more under control of itself.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Right. It's more under control. It's more in control of itself. Yeah.
Because like the GTR is more raw, or is it just?
Nah. I'm telling you, pushing it on its absolute limit, it feels more focused. Yeah. Pretty sad to say that, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I might have to grab onto this, but
it weighs 2 tons. Right, so let's get exhaust button on. We'll put Sport Plus. We'll put the gear ferocity up. Like, guys. Like the way the turbos spool up. Like, come on, are you being silly? You already know how the GTR feels. This is another level, right? That must look like a tornado. You do have to be really careful with this M5 because it's so big. I drive an X5, I also drive the GTR, and in this M5 I seem to be hitting bushes, and when I go down my typical roads that I drive down, it is proving to be a little bit difficult, and I have had already a little moment in this car as well. Not due to the car not handling well, just you have to be very careful because it's so pointy at the front. It almost feels like it's steering from the rear. Can't work it out because it doesn't have rear wheel steering, but now, as you probably noticed, it's a bit wet and you do have to guard the throttle a little bit, but the way you can cover the road running out of fuel, it's now similar to the Audis in a way that it's easy performance. Of course, it's rear bias, so if you are, you know, sleeping at the wheel, it will snap. In four-wheel drive sport, I've noticed it will just kick out like it's rear-wheel drive, but at the same time you feel it pulling you out from the front. Unbelievable the way this thing shoots you down the road. 4.4 litre V8 twin turbo, obviously similar horsepower to my Nissan GTR, but I think because of the engine size it just feels that bit more effortless. Obviously it's a newer car, but no joke, sense of speed is like 10 out of 10. It feels extremely fast from inside the cabin, and it's just shocking to think it weighs nearly 2 tons, 1940 kilos. But I mean, look, 4th gear, we're not even in the right gear, and the way the torque kicks in and pulls you out, you can feel it stumbling a little bit. Now it's wet outside. Obviously I've shot this separate to the first drive video with Will, but it's just mental, man. Like, I am in love with this car. The cabin right now, you can probably see the lights. It's not the darkest right now, so, but it's a beautiful place to be. Like, tell me at what point do we feel like we're exposing this car?
Nah.
Yes, there's
more. It's quick.
Brakes, nice. But you don't expose it, is the thing. Look at it, it's nice. Traction kicking in there. No exposing the car. The GTR, you can expose it very quick.
It's quick, mate.
Wow. The way it pins you out of corners, it literally catapults out of bends. M cars have never been like this. You've got power going through all 4 wheels. Very strange experience. Definitely not much feedback coming back from the steering wheel. You have to be careful with this car. It's now become like the Mercedes and the Audis, where it inspires way too much confidence. I can see people easily crashing these, writing them off, because I think it is now become a car that even a 5-year-old can, you know what I mean? Look, nothing crazy, guys. The speed, like, on par with the GTR 100%. And it's completely stock. The power meter, if you go to technology in action, you'll see that power meter will go all the way to like 630. These cars are known to do, look, well, that went to about 600 then. If you build boost in 3rd, see it? 2nd gear, it's not giving me at all. See it? Goes to like just below 640 horsepower. So yeah, this car, sorry, BMW claims this car's got 590 horsepower, but on the dyno these cars are coming out closer to like 620, 630. And like, it's like I'm waiting for the car to come off its lines, like the weight's gonna, you know, it's gonna start moving around and there's gonna be a bit of torque steer, but nothing. I was in an M3 40i earlier. That car, yeah, a lot of torque steer, a lot of movement at the front. And you can feel that the gearbox in the M car as well, guys, is a lot different to the M340. But driving it in rear-wheel drive mode, I've noticed that it almost feels a little bit slower, although traction's off. So this is DSC off, 2-wheel drive, so I'm sure that stability control off. If I press off again, it takes it out of rear-wheel drive mode, so I don't really know if you can go rear-wheel drive mode and then put it in MDM mode. I'm under the assumption that rear-wheel drive mode is just traction off. So configure MX drive, 2-wheel drive. And what I've noticed is, like, in 1st gear, like, let's just try flatten it in 1st gear. Look, it's not giving it me. It's only at the top of the RPM it's actually giving me, so it feels like it's in MDM, but it says DSC off, so definitely there's some kind of boost limit in, or it's not giving me the full power. But if you just go 1st, see, look, it's not giving it me. Very weird. 3rd gear, flat the throttle, see, it's spinning, skipping to the side, but feels pretty predictable. Doesn't feel like a big, heavy, uncontrollable rear-wheel drive car. But awesome feature. Well, awesome feature. How embarrassing is that? These cars are supposed to be rear wheel drive from factory, but nice that BMW have still kept that there. Look at that flat that is, and traction's kicking in into third. Whoa, yeah, feel the weight then. So that's the only thing with the steering wheel, extremely light steering feel, but with heavier cars at some point you will feel the true mass take over. You just feel it on the odd occasion. I've not felt it in this car, but you notice it with the GTR.
She wants a grip. Like the stability is just unreal. I suppose at higher speed you can feel it.
So the brakes, yes, they are really bitey. Like that's probably about 15-20% I press the brake then, and the way that it stops, it's incredible. But if you push it an extra 80%, it only feels like it's got a little bit more in it. So yeah, I don't know, it may be the opposite when you're on track once the brakes are nice and warm, but yeah, on the road I have noticed, yeah, the brakes, yeah, initially they feel nice, but it's not like they keep performing. Like look, lovely, but then look, you push it more, it's like, nah, it's a heavy car, and this car does a really good job at disguising that mass. I've got 90 miles in the tank. M5 life, yo. I am finding it difficult to find the correct driving position there. I feel like a shrimp driving this car. Like I probably look like a 5-year-old.
So the dual clutch transmissions, like in the M3s and the M5s pre-gen, they're very snappy on upshift. So with this, after each change, it doesn't slip, it doesn't spin up the rear wheels when you upshift, which was used to happen with the pre-gen. but over these bumps, that's where you feel the weight. I think maybe in rear wheel drive mode, like there's a bit more movement.
Yeah. Oh, you've changed your suspension since.
Yeah, we put sport. Yeah. Don't think I ever pushed an F10 M5 like really hard. I think most of the ones I went out in were quite tuned.
And as I did mention, you do need to be careful with just how big this car is and how agile it is. It's without fail probably the most agile M car I've ever driven. The front end bite, there just seems to be no understeer. Even in this rain, you do need to be a little bit more cautious. There's been one moment where it's almost like I lost all feedback to the steering wheel. Couldn't feel the road whatsoever. You haven't got much feedback as it is. But you know, I was just sitting there thinking back, it wasn't aquaplaning. It was just, yeah, just weird, man. You've got to be a little bit cautious. Similar to the Audis now, where, you know, it makes you feel like a hero. 100% makes you feel like a hero. Anyone can definitely jump in it and drive it fast, but it will bite you in your ass because it is an extremely fast car. It feels equally as fast as a GTR, could even be a little bit quicker. Sorry guys, I'm just rambling on right now. Attention wise, it gets probably the same attention as the GTR. Believe it or not, that GTR, I've never, not even in the M4, look how amazing the M4 looked. The GTR gets a different level of attention. Constantly got people turning their heads, looking at the car. But this M5, I'd say, is exactly the same. Everywhere I go, everybody seems to be looking at it. You see right now the cabin. Oh mate, I love the cabin in there, guys. I've got some fucking sick shit going down as well.
Yeah, so guys, I just thought I'd just give you a little taste of what it's like. Definitely need to go do like a little drift session in it. I think I'll let you have. You want a little drive, Will? See what she's like?
Yeah, I'll have a little go. I've only had a quick one.
Go, mate.
Have a little spin, mate.
Yeah, I think in rear wheel drive mode, it's because there's no power going through the front wheels. Yeah. Skipping across.
What tyres is it on? PS4S.
PS4S, yeah. So guys, there's memory settings in this car. Apparently this has got a sex position. Is it number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1.
You always pick number 1. You only said that for one reason.
Car on in, Will.
Are we going left, right?
Right, yeah.
One thing I do remember about this car is the brakes are just like...
Yeah, you just tap them,
you just touch, slight touch, and it just sends you through the windscreen.
Come on, wheels, I'm fucking have it, mate. Yeah. See, when the road's uneven, that's when it exposes the weight, because it bangs, doesn't it? It doesn't crash, but you can feel that weight in it on the shocks.
Oh shit, he's
he ain't fucking having it, mate. He's done your wheel.
He's done...
Mate, he's done 4 man.
He's just done 3 cars.
Yo.
The off-centre steering like that is nuts, but there's not as much feel. But I think that's an electric versus hydraulic thing. I prefer my steering, but like to live with, this would be much better. When you're at a standstill and you just whiz the wheel around, you hear it go zzz.
Yeah, like from the passenger, it feels extremely quick.
So much torque. So much torque. Like my car then, I would have had to downshift bloody first to even get moving. I was surprised how good like these automatic gearboxes is. You always think an automatic gearbox is going to be like
a bit lazy,
like an old style automatic. It's just going to be, but they're just as good as some of the dual clutches.
No, 100%. But you can't feel the weight of it, can you?
No, it does.
You got to drive
This is essentially like give or take, it's 2 tons, right? Yeah. You can chuck that through those roads. It's pretty much the same as I can in my car.
100%.
And that's an M3, and it's 300 kilos, 400 kilos
that's
lighter.
That's what I don't understand. And for those of you that are wondering if the car's on finance, yes, it is on finance, and yes, we are going to be swapping out the turbos again. And yeah, because you know what? This is Ricky's world. There's no rules. I make the rules. I will finance the car and I will modify it on finance. That is a joke, people. Take it right, yeah. That is a joke. Don't listen to me. It's not a finance. We're not going to be putting turbos on it.
What do you mean? That would have been another video.
If you are modding your car, do not be putting it on social media, because you will have to pay the full amount, just like I did.
Or just learn how to blur plates.
Yeah, learn how to blur plates.
Location, Mexico.
But yeah, guys, I've got a lot of plans for this M5. You're gonna love what I'm doing with it. I'll be revealing it pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, I posted some pictures the other day online, noticed people, I don't know, man, I don't know if people just being negative. I don't like to say, oh, man's a haters or whatever, but I don't get it. I don't get it sometimes. Like, some people, they're like, all I did was post a picture, I bought an M5, and all of a sudden I'm seeing comments, and this is from subscribers, fans of the channel, and they're like, don't do this, and you know, you're gonna become like this guy, don't chase everybody. Like, I'm not chasing anybody. Like, I'm just trying to, as I've mentioned plenty of times, I'm trying to provide myself with my own content. Do you know what I mean? This is not a race. I'm not in competition with nobody. I don't look at things like competition. Of course, there is friendly competition, of course, but I'm just doing my own thing. Do you know what I mean? There is no, I haven't bought this car because Calvin, for example, I don't know if that guy was trying to refer to, because Calvin's a car dealer and he buys a lot of cars. I'm just buying cars because I run a car YouTube channel, and yeah, I wanna be able to not just be reliant on people messaging me every day. Like, it's some people that don't understand social media, man, what we go through, and you know, after 4 or 5 years of hearing people's opinion, it gets very, very difficult. I bite my lip a lot, and now I try to not even ask for people's opinion. On the odd occasion, I'll say, oh, do you like this car, or do you think I should do this? But more time, I'm just doing me. The main thing is me being healthy and happy. So yeah, there are the odd occasions now, some of you probably noticed that I've been changing. I will snap on the odd occasion online, but yeah, it's not me getting arrogant or getting too big for my shoes. People commenting, trying to act like as if I think I'm something special. Sorry guys, I'm having a little rant right now. We're supposed to be doing an M5 video. But yeah, no, like, just for that person that may be watching, just try to put yourself in my shoes, man. Like, hearing opinions all the time, people telling you what to do. Like, guys, I've been out here for 4 or 5 years. You think it's easy to grow a platform? There's got to be, you got to have a brain to grow a channel, you know. Obviously the haters will be like, oh, it's the way he drives and whatever. There's going to be an excuse. People are going to hate, and all I can say is that not everybody succeeds with running social media. Right, so on that note, I think I will end the video. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let me know your thoughts on Will, because he is part of the firm. and he's got a lot of knowledge on cars. And yeah, I don't know if you don't want to see a bit more of him. He's got an E92 M3. I think we could start doing a little bit of documenting on that. The car sounds absolutely insane. There'll definitely be a feature coming up on that. But let me know, like, 2 opinions on a car. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I'll end it there. Oh, and it's that time again. We've got to plug the Renault Clio V6. Guys, just 3 days and the competition ends. 21st of August will be your last opportunity. Link is in the description. V6 mid-engined, rear-wheel drive, 230 horsepower, absolutely mint condition. You're talking 31,000 miles on the clock. The condition's unreal. Genuinely, they don't make them like this anymore. Someone's going to be winning something very iconic. This is a car you can invest in right now. A couple of years, you're probably talking 40,000, 50,000 pounds. But yeah, get your tickets. Links in the description. Nice and dirty. But yeah, see you later.